What's good, y'all? This your country cousin Pete McCorvey, a.k.a. Peter Mac. Man, get on up here. Pull you up one, light you up one, kick your shoes off, relax, baby. You around family. We on the porch. It's Pete McCorvey's Porch Talk. Let's do this. What's happening, fam? This your country cousin Pete McCorvey, a.k.a. Peter Mac. Welcome back to the porch once again. I just left the gym, man. I'm feeling good. You know, my endorphins been released. You know, it's a big word for, like, the chemicals in your brain that make you feel good. Yeah, man, I'm trying to get right, man. I mean, I ain't trying to get summertime, but I'm just trying to get healthy, and I'm trying to I want to look good, you know what I'm saying? But the only thing about that is food tastes so delicious. And, you know, it's only so much grilled chicken and salad and, you know, fruits and vegetables that you can eat. Nothing wrong with fruits and vegetables. Good, nice salad is good every time. I just got to learn not to douse it with ranch. But my favorite thing to do is I do enjoy eating fruits. Like, I do love me some Granny Smith apples. And I will tell you one thing. I will throw down on some pineapples. I do love pineapples. That is my favorite fruit. I love to eat them. And then I also found out, years ago, my brother Tony, God rest his soul, before he died, I remember I seen him eating a lot of pineapples. And come to find out, it's very beneficial for the pineapples. If you have a lady friend or lady friends, it's beneficial to them. And, you know, if you know, you know. I ain't gonna get into details about it, but, you know, ask your uncle or your father, your older brother or cousin, or maybe ask your sister or your female cousin. Ask your mama. She probably did it. You know, your mama ain't always been no saint. If you adult, she probably tell you, you know, and depends on who you is. I may have had your mama benefiting from them pineapples. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like, look here. You was away at your daddy's house and I was her daddy. You hear me? Yeah, I had your mama get loose. A lot of things that happened last week. We're going to talk about sports. Both the Saints and the Cowboys, they just, woo boy, I don't know what in the name of God is going on. The NFL has been turned on its head. The Saints and the Cowboys got terrible records. The Falcons doing decent, and the Detroit Lions have only had one loss. Like, who would have thought 10 years ago this would happen? And you know, the thing about the Saints and the Cowboys is, the Cowboys, you know, the fans, I give it to the fans. A lot of friends I know that are Cowboy fans, they're taking it in stride. They like, look, we're not unrealistic. We realize that they just ain't got it. And we're not screaming. They won't screaming this year. We ain't gonna scream next year. Gonna be our year. They would just take, but it's them Saints fans. And like I said before, it ain't just all to say. It's the Mississippi Gulf Coast to the Florida Panhandle Saints fans that are doing all this talking. Like, I seen my older brother, Tweed. He was talking to his homeboy, John, who is a Cowboy fan. My brother Tweed, he a Saints fan. He was sitting there talking about how y'all doing. Them two went back and forth. And I did like this. I said, kids, but calm down. I said, you both suck. I said, you both trash. And I said, before you say something about me, I'm a Broncos fan. We number 2 in the AFC West, 5-3, baby. Holla at your boy, Bronco gang, horsepower, baby. But you know, it's only so long, and I'm gonna hold my breath, cause you know, being a Bronco fan, you know, you can't start cheering right away, you know, cause they'll let you down too. But like I said, my dad did the same thing. I had to get on to him. It's like, bro, you really ain't got no room to talk. He was doing that with one of his friends from high school, trying to talk about, who was a Cowboy fan, trying to talk to them. I'm like, I told him, I said, hold on now, ain't y'all 2-6? He's like, yeah, but, you know, they want to whine and all. I said, sir, you can't be talking bad about somebody else who can't get in the club and you in the line with them. You know, that's like somebody who lost their arm in an explosion trying to talk shit to somebody who had their leg amputated due to gangrene. Y'all both with that. So, you know, one hand don't wash the other, you know, pun intended. So, yeah, y'all need to stop all that. Also in sports, you know, NBA basketball is back. Let's see if what's going on. Adam Silver actually said he is kind of disappointed because he's noticed viewership has been down due this past NBA season, and what he saw in the preseason, the viewership is down. And I'm sitting there thinking, do you think it has something to do with none of these players are loyal no more? Y'all don't play defense, and everybody want to jack up a three. It's a prima donna. Then I'm gonna be honest. Another thing is, I think viewership is down because half of us can't pronounce these damn last names. I done got so many European players, and I ain't mad at them, but it's like I still don't know how to pronounce Giannis's name all the way. I just need to call him Giannis or the Greek Freak because I cannot pronounce his last name to save my life. And one thing about me is I don't want to butcher anybody's last name. So if I can't pronounce your name, I just won't say it. They all just, I guess it was just for the hell. They knew how bad Florida State was. They like, okay, yeah. So it was like an error for them. Like, okay, I'm going to go to the bank. I'm going to wash my clothes. I'm going to cut the grass. We're going to beat Florida State ass. Then I got to get the kids from their play date. And, so I put up a status like saying to them, like, Miami, you really can't take this win as something great. I mean, the team only won one game. And two of my friends, one of my friend Milton, he one of the guys that did comedy with me in Atlanta. He's from Miami, so he said, "Come on, man, now you know that you was expecting an upset." I'm like, bro, I'm not a fan like that. I'm a realist. I don't expect all that. And my boy Josh, who I went to college with, he actually said, "Man, come on, let us have this. We've been struggling." I'm like, "You've been struggling for a while." I'm like, first of all, fool, you're seventh in the nation, and two, you talking to a Florida State fan. I've been a Florida State fan since '90. You know what I'm saying? So I was there through the Bowden years when they won in 93 and 99. Them falling from grace a little bit, coming back and winning with Jameis Winston and Jimbo Fisher in 13. And then falling from grace again, and then them having these last two seasons where they were just running tables on people. I said, so don't play me like that, dog. I said, you talking to a show enough Florida State fan who been through the valleys and the mountaintops with these guys. So I feel your pain. So don't do that. But yeah, Florida State, we just need to just throw in the towel. Better luck next year, cause it ain't. They play UNC today, and I think UNC. Like, I'm gonna be honest. To quote Pete Bell at the beginning of the movie Blue Chips from the 90s. They gonna keep playing the way you're playing. We're gonna get our asses beat again tonight. Do fight, you sons of bitches. So, yeah, I just got, take it on the chin. Florida State, they just won that year. On the basketball season, that's the best thing I can say. Let's see if basketball season work better. Because, I mean, hell, hopefully y'all can get some get back. Because, hell, y'all getting beat by all the schools that dominate us in basketball. So, hopefully the basketball program can do better. Because basketball program, I'm going to be honest with you, really ain't that bad at Florida State. They really been kind of decent the last few years, but on from that. Now I'm gonna talk about this. We gonna talk about the World Series. All I can say about the World Series is West Side. Yep, the LA Dodgers beat the New York Yankees 4-1 to win the World Series, which I'm kind of mad because the Yankees was delaying the inevitable. They should have just let them go ahead and sweep them if they were just going to not really show up and all that. Because I thought they was going to go for gun. Because, I mean, these are two of the most storied franchises in baseball history. And they have been, like, rivals since, like, the beginning of Major League Baseball dominant, because they used to, like, back when the Dodgers was in Brooklyn, they used to call it used to be like part of the Subway Series, because they had Subway Series with either the Yankees, the Dodgers, Brooklyn Dodgers, and the New York Mets. I mean, not Mets, the New York Giants. And this would be a Subway Series. So they've had that before the Dodgers moved out to LA. They have always been like bad blood between them. But the thing is, to see the Dodgers win, because like other than the Braves, the Dodgers, I got two favorite Major League Baseball teams: the Braves, Atlanta Braves, and the LA Dodgers. Now, if I had to choose one, I'm gonna choose the Braves because grew up in Mississippi. Closer proximity to Atlanta than I was to Los Angeles. And then two, TBS played them all the time, and that's who my dad used to watch all the time. So that's what I grew up. I grew up in Braves. Like technically it was Braves country I grew up in. But if any one of y'all know me, which y'all know, I got affinity for like LA culture. Especially G-Funk music. And like I like to throw me on a pair of Chucks and LA Fitted. So I roll with the Dodgers from time to time. But I'm going to be honest. So technically, I kind of like the Braves won a World Series in proxy, if everybody wants to tell the truth and keep it 100, because the MVP of the World Series wasn't even the guy they spent $700 million on. I cannot pronounce that dude's last name, and I don't want to butcher it. Y'all know I'm talking about. It's that Asian cat they spent $700 million on in the preseason. But it was the man, the myth, on his way to being a legend and possibly a GOAT. That boy, Freddie Freeman. I knew this was going to come back to bite Atlanta in the ass. Now, it wasn't Atlanta's fault. I didn't know this until like a couple of days ago. I was always running, because I remember after Freddie hit that home run to clinch the World Series in 2021, and then look up and in preseason they say he's no longer playing with Atlanta. He's not going to the Dodgers. I was like, why in the hell would they let Freddie Freeman go? That seemed like the dumbest thing in the world to do. But I ended up finding out they didn't let him go. His manager butchered that deal. And even Freddie Freeman ended up firing his manager after that. But I will say this, and I've told people this. If I was in Atlanta Braves front office, I'm throwing hands with his manager. I got to throw hands with his manager. Because I ain't nowhere in the hell I'm going to let somebody who clinched the World Series for me get away. That man was supposed to be to this generation of Atlanta Braves what Chipper Jones was to the Atlanta Braves of the 90s and the early 2000s. That man started as a Brave. He was supposed to retire as a Brave. He was supposed to be one of them rare players that only plays with one franchise. It's supposed to be like when you think of a player, you automatically think of their team. Like, for instance, when I think of the Braves, when I think of Greg Maddux, Mad Dog Maddux, one of the best pitchers of all time, and if not all time, I'm going to say he's the best pitcher of the 90s, in my opinion. Yeah, Greg Maddux played for other teams, but when I think of Greg Maddux, I think of the Atlanta Braves. Ken Griffey Jr. Yeah, he played for the Cincinnati Reds, but when you think of the kid, you think of number 24 taking the mound in that black and teal of the Seattle Mariners with 24 on his back. And that beautiful ass swing. Boy, the kid had a swing on him. Nobody can say the kid couldn't swing could swing that bat. Or who else? Let me think of somebody else. Or when you think of like when you think of Derek Jeter, your mind goes to the Yankees. You automatically think of the Yankees. That was supposed to be what Freddie Freeman was supposed to be for the Braves. When you thought of Freddie Freeman, you would think him and the Atlanta Braves. But that didn't happen. And now he's won him one. And he won him one in LA. And this actually, I think this, and one of my friends, one of my frat brothers, my frat brother Michael from Pensacola, he said this. He was like, ain't no way he leaving now. He's staying. He gonna stay there forever. Which allowed, I didn't know this about Freddie Freeman. I look him up. Freddie Freeman is from Orange County. For those of y'all don't know, Orange County is a suburb It's supposed to be a suburb of like LA County. So, you know, that's where Disneyland is. It's Anaheim. That's where the Los Angeles Angels played. They used to be the Anaheim Angels. Before that, they were the California Angels. You know, if you've seen Angels in the outfield, they were the California Angels at the time. But yeah, so he pretty much home. So he about to get a fat contract from them. And he at home. And let's just be honest, LA is the shit. Yeah, it's got its bad parts like the inner, like downtown LA and the city LA proper. Yeah, it's kind of dirty and all that, but like you get to the outskirts, Long Beach, Glendale, Carson, West Covina, hell, even Norwalk to me is kind of decent. But yeah, you know, you got Malibu. Yeah, Freddie Freeman, he ain't never leaving the he ain't never leaving it. And I didn't know this until I saw this. Every World Series game that Freddie has played in, he just slapped one over the wall. Like, that's with this World Series and the one in 2021. He has never had a World Series game where he didn't hit a homer. Like I said, Freddie Freeman, that's a bad boy, man. Shout out to him. Congrats to him. Congrats to the LA Dodgers. I know LA going up right now. Boy, I wish I was out there right now in LA, because I know they acting a fool. And I know his Dodgers hat going up everywhere on people's heads. So, once again, congrats to the LA Dodgers on being the 2024 World Series champs. TV has been kind of light when it comes. Oh, before I start talking about TV. October is starting off to be great with music, just like how November is starting off to be great with music, just like how October was. Day damn one yesterday, Friday, November 1st. Jay Worthy and DJ Frisk dropped an album, The Tonight Show, Part 2. And DJ Frisk, he just can't miss. And then Jay Worthy, I already, you know, he's West Coast. He on his way to being West Coast royalty, man. Like, music is just doing great. But, the only thing I didn't like, he got that modern format of a album. It's only 28 minutes, 10 tracks. But they were fire. He had Payroll on there. Had Uncle Larry on there. Good job. That's all I can say for Uncle Larry. You know, he had Mitchie Slick from out of San Diego. If you know anything about West Coast rap, Mitchie Slick, he a West Coast legend, which is something I'm mad I never did. I never ran into Mitchie Slick while I was in San Diego, and I kept trying to look for him. He's the opposite of how, like, Andre 3000 was. If you ever lived in Atlanta or been to Atlanta, like, Andre 3000 just pop out all the time in Atlanta, just randomly. Mitchie Slick, you couldn't see this man nowhere in San Diego. But yeah, it was thought it was a pretty good, it was a pretty good album. Like I said, I got a lot of great chill / West Coast / Neo G-Funk albums that's gonna get me all the way through through the winter, on in the spring and in the next summer. So it was great. Now on the television, we are getting into, I'm still keeping on with, the Aaron Hernandez story that FX put out, the miniseries they got. I'm just going to say this, watching this, we finally got to the episode where he ends up killing the guy. I'm not spoiling because you know the story, Aaron Hernandez, you know this stuff. I'm just going to say this about his fiance through this whole fiasco. That is a prime example of a woman lying to herself because she likes the life that her man is providing for her. Because this woman I don't know how you could not see all the red flags with this man. This man was a bona fide menace. Constantly smoking, mood swings. You know, your sister's boyfriend / fiance goes out with him, then the next day he turns up dead. I don't understand how you can't put two and two together. She was blinded. She was blinded by all the money and prestige he had and status, because there's no way you could not see that. So yeah, she was yeah, just all I can say, like, it's just, I'm kind of ready for them to wrap this up, because I'm getting secondhand trauma from watching this, and it's just like, because I remember when the story was going on, and it just got crazy. Like, I remember when Netflix did that docu-series about him, like, a year or two ago, and I was just like, how didn't nobody, like, who couldn't see it? I mean, granted, the man had a hard life. He had a lot of trauma, a lot of tragedy happened, heartbreak, but yeah, his all I can say is from watching this, that his baby mama / fiance, she lied to herself by not seeing all this. But shout out to Jalen Barron, who played his fiance in there. She doing a good job acting, and she ain't bad on the eyes nowhere. She is not bad on the eyes nowhere. So I definitely give it to her on that. But yeah, I'm ready for the last episode to go on premiere, because we need to wrap this up, because this thing is kind of it's making me, it's getting cringe right. Not because it's bad, it's just like seeing how like it dramatized and played. It's kind of like how the Menendez brothers miniseries was on Netflix. A couple that came out like about a month or so ago, and they talking about trying to release them boys. I'm gonna be honest, them boys need to stay under the jail. Big Meech, yeah, I can see him getting out, because yeah, he dealt drugs, but he ain't put no gun in nobody's head and make you smoke. Well, I can't say he ain't put no gun in nobody's head. Well, we don't know what. I'm skipping over that. I ain't trying to have what happened to Rick Ross happen to me, so I'm skipping over that. But yeah, it was. Yeah, like I said, it's getting rougher and rougher to watch, which let me know that the filming, the directing, the writing, and the acting of this is all superb. So, big up to them. Now, we're going to switch gears, talking about superb acting and writing and directing, and we just going to talk about some writing and directing that just kind of just make you just throw your head back, look up at the ceiling, and just exhale. Tyler Perry released a new Netflix series called Beauty in Black. Now, I don't really know what to make of Beauty in Black, because to me, honestly, it's just like look like he took the have and have-nots and all the Queen's men, just threw it in a pot, mixed it up, and that's what we got in Beauty in Black. Because I don't even know how to, so Tyler Perry, this is what get me about the whole thing. Tyler Perry started out, I remember Tyler Perry from I got on to Tyler Perry like 9th grade, like 2003, 2004, watching his stage plays. And then I remember when his stage plays, he started making theatrical release movies that was getting national distribution. And then I remember when House of Pain premiered in summer of 2007, television series, and he launched into making TV shows. His stuff all started faith-based. If you watch his last few movies, and especially if you watch Beauty in Black, I am not able to tell that Tyler Perry is no Christian at all, fam. I don't know, it just was just sex galore, and just, oh my goodness, it just, sex galore, and just nudity, and then the profanity. It's like a lot of the profanity he had in the dialogue just ain't even called for. It's just cussing just to be cussing. I'm a cusser, but it's just cussing just to be cussing. I'm like, you didn't have to put this in there. And some of the people in there just like one of the characters that pissed me off in Beauty in Black is the character, main protagonist, if you want to call it, Kimmy. Kimmy just didn't develop no backbone at all. she just was meek and mild-mannered, and because she has this one, her antagonist, or her, before she going against is this, I guess the bottom bitch, the body, a body. This chick body is just like, just coming at her sideways and hostile for no reason. I'm like, you not gonna buck up at her or nothing? Like this woman just coming at her and trying, and it's like, bro, you got to buck up sometime. I mean, when she finally did in the final episode, it was like, okay, but that was weak. Like, you should have been bucked up at her or something like that. Because, you know, her doing that reminded me of, like, when I was in the 9th grade. And, you know, they had marked me down from the year before to play football. So I had field house my final period for 9th grade football. But I told them, I said, no, I'm not going to play. And they were like, we just come in here until we rewrite your schedule. And they had this one cat from another junior high across town. You know, I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of goofy and all this type of shit. So I'm cracking jokes with a couple of guys I know from junior high. This dude don't know the cat. He's like, man, sit your ass down and shut up. And I'm looking at him like, yo, who is Buddy? So he did it again. The second day, he said, I looked at my homeboy that went to, my homeboy John, who I went to church with, that went to junior high. I said, hey, bro, I don't know who Buddy is, but you need to have a talk with him because he talking to me like that again, it's going up. So the third day, he decided to try it again. He was like, man, I said, hey, bitch. I said, I've been gave you a pass the last 2 days. I said, we not getting no more. I said, you ain't getting no more motherfucking passes. I said, you talk to me like that again. I said, me and you gonna hit, dog. I said, I don't know who the fuck you think I am, but I ain't him. So say something else and we gonna get it up there. And then he kind of looked at me like he wanted to do something. I told everybody, I said, get the fuck out the way. I said, fuck you want to do, punk? He was like, man, you ain't what I said, just like I thought, like the bitch you are. I said, don't say shit else to me, dog, or what's going down. And then it was like, ooh, because like a couple of my homeboys from my junior high, like, oh yeah, you got to be real bad. You done made Pete say something, because Pete don't really like to mess with nobody. And then my homeboy, John, had told me, hey, dog, I know him from church, bro. Like, he cool, but he ain't for play, dog. Like, leave him alone. I ain't no guy who, like, trying to be tough, but you ain't gonna just, like, bitch me out and think I'm just gonna take it. Like, I'm not a fighter by no means, but if it's time to throw down, like, if it's time to throw down, we gonna get down. And I'm gonna take it to the mat. And I may not beat your ass, but you gonna know that I've been there. You ain't leaving without something on you. You know, like this said, I'm leaving with something. You know, if I'm riding away, I'm leaving with something. You know? So, yeah, it just was like, she do that. Now, Jules, played by Charles Malik Whitfield, who most of y'all know as Otis from the Temptations back in the day. Hey, ain't nobody. Hey, people come to see Otis in this one. You hear me? People come to see Otis. Otis played like a pimp type character. Otis said one of the coldest things to the chicken in there, and I was like, ooh, that is some pimp shit. She tried to, like, she messed up, like, the body, that's his bottom bitch. She messed up something, she started tugging his pants. I can make it up to you. Like, you can make it up to me. He like, what you doing, when he had a hand on the pants? I said, I'm making it up to you. He said, open your mouth. Open your mouth wide. He opened her mouth and grabbed her face, looked at her mouth and said, I can see all the men that's been up in there. I don't want you to do that to me. I was like, damn, that's cold. That's some player ass shit to say. That's some pimp ass shit. So, yeah, hey, he doing this thing in there. And also who acting in there, he also Tyler Perry brought back Richard Lawson, who most of y'all know as the 90s actress. She was in Save the Last Dance, Bianca Lawson's father, and also Beyonce's ex-stepfather, because he's married to her mama, Tina, who's a dog actor. He acted his ass down. And he brought back Deborah Morgan, who a lot of y'all remember as the auntie who was a fortune-telling Ease Bayou. She acting her ass down. So yeah, they did their thing superb. Now, what Tyler Perry did do for this series that I like, he showed how he is loyal to his people. I do like the fact that people who was there when he was on the come up, he had them. So two people that stick out to me that he had. One was Terrell Carter. For those of y'all who don't know Terrell Carter, if you ever seen his stage plays, This Class reunion, Meet the Browns, and Was Done in the Dark, he played like the husband to characters in all three of them. And, you know, he's always famous for taking his shirt off, showing his muscles and all that. I think he got blacklisted because he came out the closet, and he came out the closet before, you know, being LGBTQ plus A, you know, and one of the alphabet people. If I miss somebody, I'm not trying to offend us. I just call you the alphabet people. And he did that before we were like really accepting of that group. So that derailed. But hey, but I ain't gonna lie, buddy, he got swole, cause like he was decent, but this dude looked like he like a linebacker now. He's in there, and also Krystal Stewart, who most of y'all remember. You remember either from Acrimony or even further back. If you really a Tyler Perry fan, you remember has Leslie, you know, Angela's meek-mannered friend on For Better or Worse. She's in there, and she a complete 180 from how she was as Leslie. She is, that thing is like, she is like how Viola Davis was on How to Get Away with Murder, but just evil. But she's sexy with it though. So that's one thing I can say I do admire Tyler Perry, is that he did bring back some people who like got him to the superstar status he is, but it just, like I said, it's a far cry from the Christian themes that he used to do. I don't even know who this is, but this ain't Tyler. This is giving like P Valley vibes to me, dog. Like this P Valley vibes, I'm getting like Katori Hall type of stuff. And speaking of P Valley, on behalf of all the ladies out there, P Valley, y'all go ahead and keep it. They say they don't even want it no more. They done waited like 2 years, said they ain't even interested no more. Go ahead and keep it. We like they said they good, love. That's been my time on the porch with y'all today, man. Y'all want to holler at me, y'all can find me on Facebook. Y'all know my name, Pete McCorvey. Follow me on Instagram, PeterMac10, PeterMac10. Follow me on TikTok, PeterMac89, spelled the same way as the Instagram. Just drop the 1 and 0, put an 8 and 9 up there. Until next week, y'all, be cool, stay calm, and get paid. Peace.